I'm going to give you 7 different types of reels that you can do on Instagram and help you to be able to grow your business, grow your audience, and grow your influence on Instagram with this hot trend right now. And it's especially if you either are a bit dubious about, I don't want to do dancing, or there's certain types that you're not sure if it's really you. How do you get started? So I'm going to give you some different types of reels that you can do that you can easily get started if you're brand new, give you some ideas so that you can find the right type for you and have those kind of options so you can grow into them so that you can continue to grow your business and grow your influence on Instagram. Welcome to today's Brilliantly You business show. I hope you're having a fantastic day. Welcome. Thank you for joining me. If you are here live or if you're watching this on the replay, comment in, share with me who you are, where you're watching from. I love to welcome new members and new people, and I will respond to all comments as soon as I can. So comment in, let me know if you're here with me, and join the conversation today because I'd love to hear from you with whether you are currently are you using Instagram Reels? Have you got started? Are you wanting to, but you're not sure like how to get started and all those things? So share that with me in the comments, and hopefully you will find this episode really helpful to get you going with it. So, and if we are meeting for the first time, firstly, thanks so much for being here. Welcome. My name is Jenny Stevens, and I help coach and train small business owners who are building their business online. And I help give you, tips and strategies to help you use social media and digital marketing and really help you attract your perfect customers and clients. So you're not having to go out chasing people and be chained to your phone and chained to your computer working 24/7. So I help you to create leverage in your business, help you to work smart and not hard, and also more importantly, help you to have the self-confidence to go with it. We entrepreneurs can be filled with self-doubt at times, and I have had so much of that myself. And so I really help you to understand the blocks that might come in your way, and they might stand in your way of helping you to achieve the goals that you want to. So lots of awesome stuff there. And I'm very much an open book. I share things that I am doing in my business, things that work, my struggles, and we're going on this journey together. That's what it is. It's a journey. And whatever you're looking to achieve in your business, I'd love to be a part of that and help you along the way. So this week's episode, we're talking about Instagram Reels, and you can also use these things for TikTok as well. So they're pretty much the same thing, just different platforms. But TikTok and Instagram Reels have taken social media by storm in the last. Instagram Reels only came out. When was it? Was it this year? Or was it last year? I can't even remember. Everything's just a blur. But TikTok's been around for a couple of years now, and I was one of the latecomers. I only kind of discovered TikTok, or should I say, I got involved, as a consumer during lockdown. I was like, oh, it's for the kids and all that kind of stuff. And I love watching TikTok videos. They're so funny. And obviously, Facebook and Instagram love to hop onto hot trends. So they've created their own version of TikTok, which is Instagram Reels. I've been using these a little bit more in my own business. I was kind of apprehensive as well at first. I was like, have I got time to add another thing to everything else that I'm doing? But I really see the power of them, and I've been doing more and more of them recently, and I'm going to be continuing to do more of them as we go forward. So I wanted to share some of the things that I've learned so far and really help you to see that it doesn't have to be so scary. It doesn't have to be you doing things that maybe aren't for you. And that's what this episode is all about. So I'm going to give you 7 different types of reels that you can do. One of my mentors, he's kind of not an anti TikToker, but he's like, I'm not going to be someone who's going to do the dancing and stuff. And that's totally fine. But again, because there's more than one way of doing things, that's not what it's just about. That's just one of the things. So if the thought of you doing like a silly dance or doing anything that you're looking at and going, that's just not me, this is the episode for you. So stick around for the whole thing. Make sure you get the show notes if you want to be able to come back to this later. And hopefully you'll just find this inspirational and give you some ideas of maybe things you haven't thought of that you can utilize in your own content strategy. Let's start off with some of the simple things. And all of these 7 types that I'm going to give you today, a lot of them can, even though you might look at reels or TikToks and think, well, these are just funny things, or, I'm not that creative. The end of the day, it doesn't matter what you do. You can do it in a way that you're going to build authority. You can provide value, and you can grow your following, you can grow your influence with people. So you can use things in a really clever way that means you're not just, dancing and twerking on your screen, but you can use things in a creative way that actually still enable you to give value, provide useful, informative content, and help you to build your authority in your industry and your niche. And that's the beauty of it. So the very first one I want to talk about is really simple to do. So if you don't want to do all the bells and whistles and you're thinking, okay, what might be a really simple thing for me to do? And that is just a simple talking to the camera. Some people call it a talking head, like this. This is just me talking to my camera, talking to you, wherever you're watching this from, and I'm going to give some value today. Obviously, this is a show. It's a live video that I do, and then I turn it into multiple different pieces of content. But you can literally just have your phone, hold it, and with Instagram Reels, you can do up to 30 seconds right now. I think they are testing the 1 minute mark, but right now, as of recording this video, it's 30-second max. And really, when it comes to TikToks or Reels, you want to try and keep them fairly short. Like TikTok has just introduced 3 minutes. But the shorter, the better, really, because they are meant for that consumable, short snippet, quick value kind of thing. So this not like these live shows that can be anywhere from 20 minutes to sometimes some of my jam-packed shows have been close to an hour. That's obviously not the deal for Instagram Reels or TikToks. So it's very short and sweet and snappy. So you can really easily just come up with a couple of points that you want to make, share a little bit of value, grab your phone, you can hold it, or you can get a little tripod and put it on your desk so your hands are free, and you can just talk to your phone, and you can give a few little snippets, and say, give your content that you want up to 30 seconds. And all you might want to do is maybe add some kind of headline in text at the beginning so people know what you're talking about. And that could be it. It's sometimes good to add captions because there are people that don't listen to videos with sound on. Like, who here, if you're like me, who here watches videos with sound off or sound on? Which one are you? Let me know which one you are. Do you watch videos, like especially those short videos or anything? Are you a sound on person or a sound off person? Either way, there's a lot of people that do both. So if you can even just add in the simple captions thing, which is really easy to do on Instagram, then at least people can follow along with you if they're not able to actually put the sound on. So that could be really, really simple. And that's the way where you can give value. You can give a few tips. You can share something cool, which can build your authority and share your expertise. So talking to camera, talking head, just phone, do your thing for up to 30 seconds, add some captions and a bit of a headline, and that's it. Okay. Pretty simple, right? The second type, and this is actually the one that I started with, I actually found this to be easier. So if you want even easier, if you're like, even the thought of doing that scares you a little bit, then maybe number 2 might be for you. So the second type of Instagram reel that you might be able to do to get started and start to build your authority is using the whole pointing with text bubbles. So I found this a really great way for me personally to get started. And I've seen a lot of my friends and peers, people in the industry also do this. So the pointing with text bubbles is you might be, again, you could prop your phone up on a tripod, or you could, I tend to lean it against something in a windowsill or something. And you can just stand there. So, like, I could be sitting here and I'm not going to say a word. And I might use one of the trending sounds, which I'll talk to you a little bit about in a second. And you could just be kind of, so in terms of recording, all you're literally doing is leave a bit of space, on your phone. So, like, if I'm going like this, then I could put a little text. Oh, wrong way around. Everything's backwards. I could put a little text bubble in here, okay? With, like, if I was to say 3 tips to get started with Instagram Reels, and I'm going to turn this into a series of Instagram Reels. So make sure you're following me on Instagram at Jenny Stevens Coaching, and you can kind of see, again, follow along my journey as I embrace, reels even more. I'm starting to do more of them. So, it's just a case of leaving a bit of space so you can then add in a little text bubble. So if you're using stories, it's just the same thing. You just add in that little text bubble, choose the font, choose the color, resize it, put it in that space. And then you can choose the duration. You can actually say, okay, I want this to last for 2 seconds or 3 seconds or whatever. And then you might go, okay, now I'm going to go this side and point, and there's another one with, like, tip 2, and then you could be, some people do like this or just point. You could have something else, and then you could give some kind of call to action, follow me for more, or if you want to say check out the caption for more information. And so that could be a really great way as well. You're giving a snippet of value, but then you can also point people to look at your caption, which is essentially your description. And there you can also, again, highlight the things that you're covering and give any extra information, and then maybe, again, some kind of call to action. So in terms of getting started, all you need to do is think, okay, what are the things what's the topic I want to share? Come up with maybe 3 things that you can share really quickly in text. Obviously, don't make them long because you've only got a short space of time. And a good thing to do with reels is you can do, like, different clips. So you might do one angle for the one point, and then move your camera and do the second one, and then the third. And it just helps break it up. But equally, you can also be like, ding, ding, ding. I do that as well. Keep things simple in the beginning. So this was my favorite to get started with, and I've been doing these the most. And I'm going to venture into more of the ones that I'm going to share about in a second. So this one is really, really simple to do. And in terms of music, so the thing about TikToks and Reels, it's all about kind of trending audios. So even if you're doing number one, the talking to camera, you can still use one of the trending audios, but you can turn the volume down. So it's either almost silent, or you can have it just a little bit. You want and it's attached to your video. And so it doesn't actually matter, even if you're using that audio like really loud, it's attached to it. So it's going to help that reel get seen by more people. So that's number 2 then, is the kind of pointing with text bubbles. So easy to do that would probably be my recommendation to get started with, because you don't even have to talk. You just and you can record them and then come up with the text later. I've done that. I've just gone, okay, I like this video, I'm going to record a quick little thing, and then I figure out what I'm going to put in the text later. So you could do that as well. Number 3 Instagram reel that you can do that can help you to grow your business online, get your following, and to grow your influence and authority is you can do then some kind of tutorial or demo. So this is great for those of you that may not want to get on camera yet. If you're a bit camera shy, and even the thought of doing the pointing is a bit like, oh, then a tutorial or demo is awesome. So I encourage you to have a look on Instagram. If you've got you should hopefully, I think it's rolled out to most people now. Instagram always rolls things out. So there may be some countries that don't have this yet. But when you go to Instagram, and then you should see this middle one. Oh, everything's backwards. This middle one gives you like a Reels feed. So go through that and just start watching some and get some ideas for yourself. In another episode, I'm going to talk more about some ways that you can really kind of help plan and prepare and do these reels. So I'm not going to cover all that in today's episode, but the tutorial and demo can be it could be you're on your computer and you might be filming you on your computer. So like focusing on your screen, and you might show them around how to do something. So lots of people do this for things like Canva hacks, websites that are great to know, and they'll show you, and they'll just literally be filming on their phone, filming their computer or their laptop or whatever. Or you can actually record it on your phone. If you've got an iPhone, if you scroll down, there's a little, this icon is screen recording. And so you can also do it that way if you want to do it on your phone, but great for showcasing something. Like last week's episode, I did a bit of a show and tell for the website platform that I use. So again, I could kind of do that again and film my screen on my phone and show, hey, this is a bit about this website. Or if you've got a product that you sell, you could kind of showcase some, tutorial, some testimonials. You could showcase people actually using it, all sorts of things. But the point is, you're not even on camera. You're just kind of sharing your screen and showing what you're doing on your computer. So how simple could that be? Have a little look through Instagram. And if you are on TikTok, you can actually search for stuff. And you can search in the explore thing on Instagram as well and just get some ideas. But that's great if you don't want to be on camera. And also it just mixes things up as well. So that was number 3, was doing some kind of tutorial or demo just by kind of recording your screen. The 4th Instagram reel that you can do to be able to grow your business, to be able to build your following on Instagram and still give value and give authority to your niche. And that one is doing some kind of voiceover. So again, you can kind of mix and match some of these as well. Like you could do a tutorial and you could either talk into your phone, or you can record something, or you can use another video that maybe you've done somewhere, and then you can then add your own voiceover audio on top of it. So again, this can be another way if you don't want to be on camera with your face, another easy one that you could do. A lot of people will do that kind of tutorial demo thing with voiceover as well. But even if you have a process that you like to teach, or if you want to talk through, but if you need to speed up your video a little bit, you can then put your voiceover on top. So again, a really easy thing to do. It's just a case of recording something or having some video that may not even be yours, could be somebody else's, and you're giving some value, or you're kind of walking people through a process or showing people what to do, and you're putting that voiceover afterwards. So it kind of takes a bit of the pressure off needing to get not only what you're doing on your phone right first time and the voice. You can just kind of record the thing, edit it together, and then you can put the voiceover on top. So pretty simple, right? So I haven't done, some of these I haven't done yet, and these are all in my plan to do because I'm going to be diving into more of these. So at the moment, I've mostly done pointing with text bubbles and some of the other ones that I'll talk about in a minute. And I want to start doing some of these other ones, like a tutorial and demo, and because I think I'm the queen of tutorials. So I make tutorials all the time for techie things. So I think this is going to be my jam, is to do some kind of techie tutorials and demos for things. So that's definitely going to be in my stuff to do soon. The fifth Instagram reel that you can do to be able to grow your business online, to grow your following on Instagram, and give value and build authority and choose the different ones that's right for you inside of reels. And this one is text and music. So this one, again, it's kind of sort of like the voiceover in it, but even that, again, so this one, it's like it's not even got you in it at all. So text and music style of reel might be so the ones that I've seen are might be travel, so there might be like a little montage of images, or it could be a little video of some beautiful destinations, or I've seen like things to do in London on a budget, or things to do in the UK during lockdown, like, so it could be great for the travel industry. Um, and basically, again, the point is you can create a little montage. Like I said, it could be photos, it could be video clips and pieced together. And then instead of a voiceover, so you recording that voiceover, you're doing the text bubbles. So a bit like with the pointing with text bubbles, where you might give your different tips. This is going to be a video made up of images or a video. And then instead of a voiceover, you're going to do text bubbles. Again, how easy is that? You don't even have to talk and come up with the words. You just need to write in your few little sentences throughout your video. Again, depending on what industry you're in and what you do. But really simple way to create things and showcase your knowledge, showcase your expertise, if that's something that's really relevant for you. Like, I know there's people in the travel industry, they're like travel reps and stuff. There's just trying to think of some other examples that might be really great to utilize. But again, you could just use some of the trending music. Could be something like, for any of my fellow like therapists or healers, you might have something really calming. Like I've seen ones where it's been some kind of energetic music, or like cleansing your aura and things. Like, there's so many different things that you could do. So again, you could have just a nice calming video that even you could pull from something like Canva or Shutterstock or some of the stock videos. And then you could just have some nice calming music. And it could be like, listen to this for 30 seconds to, meditate. Or, there's so many things that you could do. And all you need is a video or a little photo montage that you turn into a video using the app, some nice music into it, and then just some text. Pretty simple to do. The sixth type of Instagram reel that you can do to grow your business on Instagram and online, and choose the one that's right for you, giving you options and helps you to also provide value and grow your authority online, is the kind of miming ad lib. So this one I've been doing more and more recently. So I've mostly started out by doing the pointing with text bubbles, and now I've been doing more of these miming ad libs. So if you've seen these, again, it's just, rather than, you could sing along to, you could mime a song, but a lot of the ones are kind of like a funny sound clip, like a sound bite, and it might be from a film or a TV show or just something random. But here's where you get to tie it into your business. So again, doesn't matter what industry you're in. It's about taking the concept. And so you might see a reel of somebody talking about business tips, but you might be able to turn it into something that's related to health and wellness, or to fitness, or to beauty, or to therapy, or to coaching, or to tech services. It doesn't matter. You take the concept of the audio clip, and you can then put kind of whatever text in it you like, and almost give your meaning to that, if that makes sense. And so again, these are great for that kind of entertainment and funny thing, because TikTok and Reels, it's all about entertainment, short snippet things that people can consume, and also educational. But obviously, if things have got that humor behind it, they're going to do really well. And so this is where you get to use humor, but you also get to give value and showcase your expertise and build your authority. So it's a great way to combine the two things together. So how these work, so again, you can find videos that you like. So start scrolling through reels and you can get some ideas. And what I'm going to share, and I'm actually going to share a reel about this. So I'm probably going to do like a tutorial demo on what I've recently learned. And it's been a game changer in helping me to kind of plan and get ideas for reels that I'm going to create. But you can then click on the audio and save the audio. And then you can mime. So then you can kind of record it and mime along with it. And so some people you talk about, you can slow it down so it's quicker. The main thing is practice it. Like I've tried to just go straight away and that does not work. So when it comes to miming to a voice clip, practice. Okay. That's my little kind of tip to you. Practice it a few times or as often as you need to, and then you can kind of do it. And then you can add your text to it as well with your meaning, your interpretation that's right for your business. So I'm doing more of these little ones at the moment, and then I want to venture more into some of the other ones that kind of dive a bit more into the value, so I can really share stuff that I love talking about and my expertise and stuff. So I'm having just some fun with the fun pieces right now, but you can see how you can mix and match and you can do things that are right for you. And then the final one, so the seventh type of Instagram reel that you can create to grow your business on Instagram, which helps you to grow your following, and you can still add value, massive value, and grow your authority, is then a kind of stitch or duet, it's called. I've done a couple of these, but nothing business related. I've actually done a singing one, which on TikTok, which I was like, oh my God, am I actually doing this? But I've done a couple of, I did a singing one where someone so basically a stitch or a duet, you kind of take somebody's video. And again, we're talking about Instagram Reels, but this is also relevant for TikTok. So you can basically take somebody's video and they have a setting that they can choose if you can stitch or duet it on the platform. And essentially it does like a side by side. So you can then record whatever you want with it. So some examples of what people are using for stitch and duet. I mean, singing, like I just mentioned. So the one that I did on TikTok, like I say, this was it was nothing business related. It was just a bit of fun for me. There was this guy who, and I've seen a couple of them, he basically kind of said, it was like a sing with me. And he was like, okay, I'm going to count you in. And he gives you your kind of line that you're going to do. And then he basically records the harmony and you sing along. So I was like, oh, I'm going to do it. It's a little bit scary because I don't like singing in public too much. Even though I have sung at weddings and stuff, but it was really fun. And so you can do it with singing. A lot of people do these kind of blind reacts or reacting to someone else's video. Sometimes it's literally somebody just watching a video and they're just laughing at it. And that's their stitch and duet. But in terms of how you can use it for your business, you might be able to take somebody else's video and you could give your insight, your knowledge. You could be like, this is awesome. And let me give you a couple of extra tips for this. So that could be a great way, again, for you to kind of edify someone else and also give your value and put your spin on things. You could, again, just do, if it's something funny, you could just kind of do a reaction thing. You could do of like cooking. I've seen like Gordon Ramsay has done like a stitch duet with someone cooking something and he's kind of taken the piss out of it. I mean, there's so many different things, but it doesn't always have to be. If you still want to keep that value there, again, find something relevant that you can then give your take on it, give your expertise and your opinion if you want to maybe challenge somebody. And so that could be a great way for you to elevate yourself and build up your authority and credibility. And you're not having to create the original video. You literally just kind of create a side by side. So the person will then, when you post it, they'll see the original video and yours as like a split screen. And so that's how you can do that. So it's super cool. There's lots of different options. There's even more that I was thinking about, but I wanted to kind of, these are the main ones. And the biggest thing I want to share with you today is, if you're not a dancer, I haven't even added on dancing. If you want to dance, you can. It doesn't matter what type you do. The main thing is to think, how might I use these that fits with me? So I want you to ask that question to yourself. If the thought of you doing the miming ad lib just kind of, you're like, no, thank you. Well, don't do it. That's fine. But you can see you've got 6 other options that might be suited for you. I would say try and mix them up. And so even if you go, do you know what, I'm going to start with pointing with text bubbles and maybe some kind of voiceover. Maybe those are the 2 that you choose. And maybe you do those for a few. And then you might try something else. And then you might add something else. At the end of the day, you can't fuck it up too much. Some reels are going to do really well. Others are going to flop. I've got a stupid one of me singing with my cat, and I'm basically putting my mouth on my cat. And that's been my best reel so far. It was a bit of fun. Nothing to do with business, but it was fun. And I've had business ones. Again, I've done really well. So have some fun with it. Follow other people. Look through that Reels tab yourself. Get some ideas and just start. You think about the first time you might have done a Facebook Live. I bet you were crapping your pants, nervous, sweating. This isn't even live. You can edit it, and it's a very short thing. Try to be strategic about it with your scrolling. Don't just kind of get lost in the scroll with looking stuff. But if you're kind of thinking, I want to kind of get involved a little bit, but I don't quite know how. Hopefully these 7 different ideas have given you some options, given you some food for thought, and just have a go. The reason why these are hot right now is Instagram is pushing these over everything. The way that I have learned about Reels, which is why I want to really get into them more, is because I'm using Instagram a lot more now. It's now kind of like my chosen platform. I use Facebook to do this show, to do my live, and I do some of my bigger posts. But I am loving Instagram right now. And so I'm wanting to build my audience on Instagram. And so think of it like Reels is the way for you to get exposure to lots of people. It's kind of that top of funnel, cold audience, getting new people to find you. It's a great way to build your following. And then when people are then following you, then you can use your stories and other kinds of posts, IGTVs and all that kind of stuff as well, to then build that relationship, to nurture them, to give more value. Obviously, you've only got 30 seconds, so you can't, you're going to be limited in terms of how much someone can really get to know you. But if they love that, I've gained followers from Reels. So think of Reels as kind of like that growth tool to grow your following, to grow your audience, to get maximum exposure right now. And then when they're following you, then you can obviously give more of your other types of content that maybe you like to create. But it's the kind of top thing right now. So I'm liking doing reels and carousels. I like doing on Instagram to kind of really share that value. But yeah, say you've got options. Have a play, try, and you can grow into things. Like I've only done maybe 2 or 3 out of these, so I've still got more things that I can try. So I'll report back to you when I've done some more. Make sure you're following me, and you can kind of follow along with me. And I love watching your reels as well. Like I can see you've got Dawn in here. Yeah, Dawn's awesome at doing reels. She's doing them. Oh, wow. So Dawn says, yeah, I did a duet that got 25,000 views. I was totally shocked. That's amazing. Yeah. So, especially if you do a duet with a big brand or like a big account, it could be an awesome way for you to get extra exposure. Like, I don't know whether Instagram actually shows that to more people. I don't know. I'll have to do some research. But, 25,000 views. I mean, that's insane from one reel. So have some fun with it. You don't have to jump on every single hot trend. But if you are wanting to utilize Instagram and you want to have a go and do something that's a bit fun and push yourself out of your comfort zone a bit, then you've got some options and you've got ways of showcasing your brilliance, because it's not all about the dancing and the funny ad libs. You can provide some real value to people. And I have found people on TikTok that have provided value. It's been more about value than entertainment. And I follow them now on Instagram, and so that can be you too. So go and have some fun with it. Yeah, I'm thinking of more things that I can do with reels right now to help us all kind of grow together. But right now I'm gonna focus on having some fun myself, testing some things out myself more. So if you want to follow me on Instagram, come over to at Jenny Stevens Coaching. Follow me on Instagram and let's have some fun creating some reels together. And I'm curious, my final question for you today: what out of those 7 appeals to you the most? If you haven't done any yet and you're just thinking about getting started, or if you kind of thought, oh, I hadn't thought about doing that, share with me below what you feel most kind of connected to right now. And are you committed to making one in the next week? Share with me, and I'd love to see it on Instagram. So that's kind of my little challenge to you: is go out there, and no matter how big, small, simple, doesn't matter, I challenge you to go out and make a reel in the next week and post it and just see what happens and go and have some fun. And I'll be sharing more with you as I learn more and all that kind of stuff, so we can go through this together and yeah, build up our socials, do things that are maybe a little bit out of your norm. So go and have some fun with it. So thank you so much for joining me. Appreciate you. Have fun with making your reels. And I'll be back next week for another episode of the Brilliantly You Business Show. Look forward to seeing you there, and take care. Bye-bye.